What is up, YouTube? My name is Twice, and today I'm going to be doing the channel spotlight video for Mr. Domino Paris 21. Thank you again, Paris. This is an amazing opportunity. I mean, I've been a long-time subscriber of yours pretty much since I started playing Vanguard, as I was pretty involved in YouTube at that point, and Vanguard on YouTube was kind of getting into things, and I think watching your channel really gave me an idea of what competitive play really looks like. You, along with I Am Vanguard, Zach Zag, Juan Mango, Warlike in 36, Cardfight King, I mean, you name it. You guys do an awesome job of helping smaller channels like us kind of get into the YouTube community and appeal to more subscribers, so this is really awesome. Now, unfortunately, my whole team is not here. We've kind of been dispersed about the area because, of course, of college, so it's just me today, but I am the one that does run the channel and am essentially the captain of my team, so I guess this will have to do. But Mr. Paris has sent me a couple questions to go over, so we're just going to jump right into those. The first one he says is, how long have you been playing this game? So I've been playing Vanguard now for probably about a year and a half, since I think June of 2013, right after I moved out of my junior year of high school. And my friend Umberto, we call him Cross in the videos just because, I don't know, funny nicknames. But he actually, on his last day of high school before graduation, saw a couple kids in his high school playing Vanguard and asked them, hey, what is this new game? And they said, oh, it's this new game called Vanguard, came out a few years ago. It was actually made by one guy that made Yu-Gi-Oh! And another guy that made Duel Masters. And so he liked it, he got into it, told me about it, and then a couple days later, we went to our local card shop. He bought me a Blaster Blade Royal Paladin deck, so Blaster Blade was, of course, my first card, and bought himself a Narukami trial deck. This is when Season 2 was still around. So, it's a pretty bad matchup, but it was really fun. A lot of things were appealing to us. Then we got our other two friends, both named Josh, involved in it. We call one of them Odd because he is a little bit strange, and the other one JD because initials are funny. Josh JD goes to the University of North Florida, so he won't be in videos for a while. He's been in a couple, but Odd, my friend Josh, is the one that does most of the recording when I can't, so you'll probably be seeing him or hearing his voice when I'm not on camera. Yeah, it's really awesome. We loved getting into it. It was just a really good bonding experience. Found a lot of great friends in the community, and I mean, that's my favorite part of the game. It's just all the cool people you get to meet. And tournaments have been pretty fun, and it was easy to get into, and frankly, the cards were a lot cheaper than Yu-Gi-Oh's, so that's kind of the other appealing thing that we had. But the other main thing that he asked is, why do you love Cardfight Vanguard? So this is, again, a perfect version of what I was just talking about. I love this game for a couple reasons. I love it because I think that Bushiroad, the company that makes it, is a really good company. They have a really cool way that they advertise their cards. Very involved in the new generation with YouTube. Posting all of their English episodes, which frankly aren't as good, in my opinion, in the voiceovers as the Japanese on YouTube, and really just trying to make a name for themselves through the internet. Very involved in the customer base. They're a little bit trolly. We all know that Bushiroad is a little bit trolly, but that's okay. They've got a good personality. They have stated that they want to be the world's biggest card game company in the next few years, which of course Wizards of the Coast, the ones that make Magic, are going to give them some nice competition with that, but I think that they are going to move ahead pretty well. So again, Bushiroad, the company that makes it, is one reason I like this game. I like it because of its amazing card art, which new players coming in, especially very involved in the subreddit Cardfight Vanguard, and new players on that subreddit all the time note that the artwork is one of the best reasons why they get into the game, and it's true. They put a lot of good money into making sure that really professional illustrators are taking charge of the card art, and I mean, I've got a couple really good full art saved on my computer as wallpapers because they just look so good. My favorite being the Beast Deity series. I don't know why. I just always loved their card art. But that's another reason why I like it. I like it because of its mechanics. A lot of people have criticized it because of its luck factor. And yes, this game does have a big luck factor. But frankly, the fact that the mechanics are very easy to understand means that it's very easy to get new people involved in the game. It's really easy to just have a quick match. And honestly, the luck factor can be one of the funnest parts of the game, because you just never know who's going to win, and that's pretty awesome. And it's also kind of binding in that everyone knows that they're subjected to the same luck factor as everyone else, and so you don't really have those uber-skilled people that are just so arrogant, feel like they're above everyone else. At least not anymore at my card shop, thankfully. But moving on to the next question he's got for me, he says, what are your favorite decks? Now, personally, I have a couple clans that I build off of. We kind of like divided all of them among ourselves in the team. But the decks that I main are Nova Grappler, which is my main clan probably. It's just the one that I know the most about. I've played pretty much every Nova Grappler deck there is since about Season 2, like midway through Season 2, all the way up until now. I'm looking forward to Season 5 Novas because they look so good. I run Angel Feather as my other main clan because it's fun. It's a really interesting playstyle, and I love the card art. Pale Moon is another one of my clans. Again, really interesting playstyle. Venus Luquier is one of my favorite decks ever, so that's definitely a deck that I like to run. Angel Feathers, of course, Celestials. I'm actually trying to finish my Mulcadel deck. I have a deck profile up on that on my channel, but it's the CFA version and not an actual version. And then the other clan that I guess I really main would be Nubatama. It's just the one that no one really wanted, so I took it up, and I really like its playstyle, so that's pretty much what I use. But those are really my clans. The ones that my friend Odd uses are going to be Shadow Paladin, Dimension Police, and Bermuda Triangle. Loves Revengers, loves his Raging Form deck, though he hasn't quite finished it yet, and probably will never because of Abyss. He still loves that deck. Dimension Police, he is the biggest fan of Dayusha playstyle that I've ever seen. Like, if you watch this kid play a Dimension Police deck, he takes the biggest risks, and it's like they always work out. So, I mean, he loves the D-Police playstyle, and I don't blame him. It's really cool. And then Bermuda Triangle, he likes, I know, honestly, for the lolly factor. I don't know, that's his thing. But also because it has a very interesting and very technical style of play, which is also why I like Angel Feather. My friend Umberto, Cross as we call him, plays mostly Narukami, Gold Paladin, and Aquaforce, of course, like the three biggest clans of Season 2. It's mostly, I think, Narukami and Aquaforce right now, but he's also dabbled in Genesis before. He has a Fortuna deck that's pretty good. And then JD, our other teammate, is pretty much exclusively Kagero and Link Joker. Loves those two clans, and of course Season 4 was very good to him. So those are the decks that we pretty much run. As far as like what you'll see on camera, you're definitely going to see a lot of Nova Grappler analysis from me because they always get support, so there's always stuff to talk about. Or you're going to see meta-analyses and things like that. But that moves us into our next question. What will subscribers expect to see from your channel? So what you guys can expect to see from me personally is a lot of analysis, a lot of news and updates on upcoming sets, a lot of online profiles and fights because frankly, it's kind of hard to like just build this stuff on my own and then like go to tournaments and record it. It's just much easier to do all of this stuff on the computer, especially with Odd because he has recording software like I do, and then just kind of get quick fights up that people still want to see. You will still see live content, and especially now that I know more people at our shop, we're hopefully going to get some more like live deck profiles and fights, but for right now we're still in more of an online mode, but we will be transitioning out into a more live fights kind of style in just a few weeks. But again, it's just going to take a little bit of time so we can kind of get everything together than we need to. You're also going to see a lot of strategy videos. I emphasize this heavily on my channel. There are a lot of things that people don't know about a deck that can really change their view on it. I've done a couple different strategy videos for things like Angel Feather, Pale Moon, and Nova Grappler, and just because those are the clans that I know the best. There's a couple from Odd he's got for D-Police, specifically for Metal Borgs, and that's a really good video. You can check that out on my channel. So a little bit of everything, pretty much. I like looking at what's coming up in the Japanese meta so that we can get a really good idea of how we're going to build it in English, because the metas are pretty different, but now I feel like we're beginning to shift to a more international style of play. That's just more of a personal view. But that's pretty much what you can expect to see from us. And then he's got some discussion questions here. And he asked me to choose one of them to discuss, and these are all great. Are all decks created equal? Does this game involve more skill or luck? Or a meta discussion? Now, usually I would leave a meta discussion to a separate video because there's so many decks to talk about. There's a lot of things to go over. So the one I'm going to go over is, does this game involve more luck or skill? Because frankly, that's one I've heard people debate a lot, especially at my card shop. Because that card shop was ruled by Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! For the longest time. Frankly, I think that there's a good mix of the two. I'm not going to say like it's 50% skill, 50% luck, or 70-30, or something like that. No, I think that the luck and the skill intertwine pretty well. You have to know what to use your triggers for. You can't just give it all to your Vanguard. I mean, you can, but like it's not always the smartest idea. YOLOing is sometimes encouraged, but not always. But you have to know like what to play down when to put pressure on your opponent. What's the state of their hand look like? The moves that you have to predict from them. There is a lot of skill that goes into this game, especially when you're dealing with Grand Blue, Pale Moon, Angel Feather, Bermuda Triangle, clans that focus on a specific zone where you really have to make sure that you're setting things up for yourself well and not just, retiring stuff with Kagura, which itself does still involve a pretty hefty amount of skill. So in the end, I think that this game is like absurd sometimes in the amount of luck that it has, but it does have a notable skill level that you can definitely tell someone that is a seasoned player versus someone that is a beginner. There is definitely a difference in skill, and the people that place the best at tournaments, I've noticed, are the ones that build the most consistent decks and are able to adapt to situations the best. And that's where I think that the luck intertwines with the skill. Adapting to the situation, understanding what's going on with your opponent, and using whatever advantage that you have for yourself in the best way possible. So definitely there is a good mix of both. I mean, I love this game for both of its factors. And yeah, it can get pretty crazy sometimes in the numbers you can hit or the plays that you can make. And especially with Season 5, I can't wait to see G units come into play because especially Victoplasma, the restanding one, for me at least, is going to be so much fun to use. Anyway, that's pretty much all that you guys are going to hear from me for this Spotlight video. Thank you again to Domino Paris 21. I really can't say that enough. This is an amazing opportunity, and not just for me, but for so many other people that have benefited from this. I did a recent co-op video with TCG Ireland for a Set 14 meta, and I know that they also had a Spotlight video, so that was really awesome for you to do that for them, and now to give me the opportunity. So thank you again, Domino Paris 21. To all of your subscribers, I say give our channel a look. We're kind of moving into a bunch of different things, but we're keeping up with it, and we will always be giving you guys the best content that we can. So remember to always have a great day and keep card fighting, our little catchphrase. And thank you. Goodbye.